Hey guys, Fire here from InDepth Gaming, bringing you another game review. This time we're checking out KURSK. KURSK was developed by Storm Trident SA, published by Forever Entertainment SA, and releases on May 6th, 2021. We do have an early gameplay preview up on the channel. You can check that out if you want to see a little more gameplay footage. But overall, what is KURSK? KURSK is a glimpse into a true story incident that happened in the early 2000s where a Russian submarine mysteriously sank um, and from basically something exploding on the submarine. And it takes you through the journey of a spy who would have boarded that ship that unfortunately never made it off of the submarine due to it. And in this game, you get to journey through the entire ship of the KURSK submarine. Sorry, I'm going to say these back and forth a little different each time. And as you're playing through the game, you're going to have to be completing a bunch of different tasks while you continue to walk around and explore and navigate your different areas. Now, the room you see us here in right now is the beginning of a brand new game playthrough. The game features multiple playthroughs that can give you different endings, so the actions and tasks that you complete will actually change the outcome of your game. So you're kind of shown about halfway point through the game at the very beginning of the game, and then you kind of flash back to earlier parts where you eventually catch back up to this area here. Now, I'm not going to tell you exactly what happens because if you want to figure all that out on your own, you can do that yourself. You're going to spend a lot of time in KURSK just exploring the sub, completing tasks, whether it's helping repair components for torpedoes to finding special gift items for various sailors along the ship and trying to help build and bolster your relationships with the crew. Now, the things you do and interactions you make with the crew are actually going to greatly affect really what kind of experience you have on the ship. Will they like you? Will they not like you? It ultimately comes down to how you play. Now, a lot of what you're going to do in this game is going to be just simply running back and forth. Now, the game does do a pretty good job of helping you navigate around the ship. There will be a few hiccups as you try to figure out where to go, so please keep that in mind when you are kind of playing and running through the game. Now, one thing to note is this game is extremely detailed. I am very, very impressed with really what was presented in KURSK and just the level of, just everything in the game. Like visually, the game looks really well. It's got a little bit of mildly dated graphics, but it's not too overly off par with, games in recent years. I think it's done really well, especially down to extremely minor details to just little layouts of every room being very independent and how things look, especially when you're interacting with people. The conversations you'll have with the characters make sense. The sounds and dialogue in the game all follow a really awesome storyline and pathway while you're proceeding through the game. Achievement-wise, some of the achievements have been reported by a couple different media outlets and reviewers to potentially be a little buggy. So I haven't experienced any issues with that, but just as a thing to keep note that you may experience some achievement bugginess, mainly for like the little mini game challenges that the game has you complete and work on. But I haven't encountered any of those in my playthrough. Now, um, you're looking roughly probably about a 3 to 4 hour game experience per session, and the game does present 4 different endings that you can eventually, kind of discover. I've yet to discover every one of the endings, but you will slowly find more and more as you're playing. Um, Overall, though, I do think this game it's pretty fun. I think it's worth around like the $15 to $20 price point, especially with the level of detail that's in the game. There's nothing that's too difficult about how this game plays. You're mainly just going to be going from point A to point B, doing what everybody wants you to do, or random little missions. You get to see some pretty cool visuals and kind of interesting like behind the scenes effects of really what a submarine might look like and how the life is, and you really get a good realization of how cramped and tight everything is on a submarine, and you get to realize that it's not a real fun place to live for everybody out there. You're gonna be cramped and confined and maybe even feel claustrophobic. So if you are somebody who does get claustrophobic, this might be a thing that could impact your play experience because you are stuck in very tight quarters the entire time while you're playing. Overall, though, if I have to give KURSK any type of review, just for the sheer detail that this game presents and level of everything inside of it, like there's nothing missed out. Like, just look at the visuals checking out this window for the brief time you're here. Like, it looks and feels like that time and era, and it's done extremely well. If I have to give this game any type of a rating, I'm probably looking at giving KURSK an 8 out of 10. I think it's a great game. I'm kind of knocking in a couple points just from, the monotonous of doing the same simple tasks or running around because it doesn't change too much. But this to me is more a game for people who want to really learn about history and really engage in, cool, like, I don't know, naval type style games that aren't necessarily on the console. Like, we don't have too many like true story like glimpses into things that have actually happened. Um, if you want to get an idea for my first playthrough when I ran through this game, I ended up with half of the achievements, 19 out of 38. And there's just a ton of different things that you can miss, so you will have to be careful while you're kind of running around and trying to complete everything. But overall, I think this is a great game. If you want to pick the game up, we'll have a link down in the description as soon as we can get one there. If you have any questions, always let us know down in the comments. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button down below. I hope you'll have a great day, and we'll catch you next time.